What's going on, guys? This is Off Color Discussions. This week we sat with a friend of ours that we grew up with, Michael Glennon, childhood friends. Well, we all grew up together. We have a weird, close group of friends that probably unlike anything you've ever heard of. We feel that we should have our friends on that want to come and hang out and talk. We go over Michael's training for his marathon race that he has coming up and his Spartan races that he's done. He's very athletically talented, and it was fun. We also get into his dog fostering and just hanging out. Like it was a good time. After that, we have a song by Joshua Casper, who I know you guys have heard me talk before that I used to do music. Well, he was my producer, and I mean, he makes good music. So we got his song featured. Myke knows him. That's how him and I met. So I felt it was appropriate to put him on. Go to offcolordiscussions.blueberry.net. Subscribe to the podcast. Tell your friends about the podcast. Follow us on Twitter at OC Discussions. Find us on Facebook. Follow the page on Facebook. Message us. Interact with us. If you're listening on iTunes and you like what you hear, 5-star it, 3-star it, 2-star it, 1-star it. Give us a review. Tell us where we suck. Tell us where we're good. I'm not afraid of constructive criticism. Pretty sure Billy's not either. But yeah, so that was this episode. It was a lot of fun hanging out and getting to see Myke. He doesn't live near us anymore, so it's fun to have him on and talk about stuff that you have going on. So, Off Color Discussions. Tell your friends, boy.
I mean, when you're gonna buy something like that, it's not something that's something that's gonna last you the year plus. You're gonna have that on like the special occasions. You don't just buy that for a Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean, or the best thing to go is just go out to like a whiskey bar or a scotch bar or something, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna give this one a shot, or I'm gonna give the. I mean, same thing you do with beer. Sometimes you're like, oh well, let me try that little one right there.
Love the flights.
We'll
try everything in there.
I also think you still have to be 40. It seems like a good age.
See, all the people that my friends are freaking younger than me, and they love drinking that.
I'm the same way with bourbon. Yeah. I don't want to try it till I'm at least 40. It feels like too sophisticated of an alcohol for me.
Some younger people are more sophisticated than myself. I'll give them that.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now I'll just stick to my beer. Keeps me out of trouble.
Yeah, me too.
Trouble.
Yeah.
So you're running 15 miles tomorrow?
15 miles, yeah.
Just for funsies.
Training.
That.
Training.
Now, when's the race that you're training for?
First weekend in November, so November 4th?
4th? Yeah.
First Saturday, yeah.
And that is, what, just the
regular
first leg of it? Or?
No, it's just a regular. Just a
26.2
miles.
Are you going to
see?
What do you have planned for after?
After that?
Yeah.
A month later, I have the Spartan Beast in Central Florida. So
Beast is a long one?
Beast is the longer of ones. So
there's 12 miles or something?
Yeah. It's funny because they always put like for the sprints, they always put like 3+ miles. The supers like 5+ miles, and then the Beast like 8+ miles. But normally they're like a sprint's 5 miles. A super's like 8 miles, and a Beast is like 13.
Damn.
But it always just depends on what they
obstacles.
use for terrain. Most of the obstacles you'll see the same ones, but they're spread out obviously between the courses. But it depends. Like if you're running in like, in the middle of Florida, you're not running where there's many mountains, right? It's all flat. So what they'll do is normally will make it longer compared to like running into Asheville, where it's like steep inclines that you're trying to run over and stuff like that. So it's a lot tougher, especially when you can't train for hills a lot. You have to use a treadmill to train for hills in Savannah.
Oh, to get your incline?
Yeah.
Man, it's all flat, huh?
It's super flat. The only training that you can get there for hills wise is using the bridge, which almost looks like a mini Zachem. So run up and over that and back again. I actually got I think a 10K race that starts on one side.
Dude, what the fuck, man? That's a lot of running.
How many is this for you?
You're making me tired. I'm ready to go.
No. I'm not doing that race yet, but they have a race called the Double Pump, and you get a medal that says DP.
Nice. right, you gotta do it.
That is the only motivation you need right there. Now, how many have you done so far?
I've done 2 Spartan sprints. One last year, one this year. Spartan Super. And half marathon in February.
Nice. That's a whole lot of running.
Oh, it's a lot of running. I mean, it consumes your Saturdays, man. I mean, I try to go to bed around the same time that I do normally for the week. I get up at anywhere between 4:30 and 5 a.m., which is sooner than I get up during the week. And make sure I get hydrated and get my food in, get my carbs in, and then meet my buddy downtown, and then we head out from there. Yep.
Can't load up too much on that, right? With the food and
you just gotta eat early. That's why you get up so early.
Yeah, that's why you have to get up so early. So a lot of times, I don't try to eat too much, but you have to try to eat the right things, right? So, vegetables, or not vegetables, more fruit. Oatmeal, banana. Normally, I'll have at least one of those before, like 15 minutes or so before I even go and race or do any type of workout.
Nice. Now, do you usually are you training all the time? Like, are you just going for runs every day?
It's not
short runs just to keep in conditioning shape, or do you just I got one in a month, I'm gonna start 2 or 3 weeks beforehand?
So I've only been really running for just a little bit over a year. Or, not even a year yet. I think close towards Thanksgiving will be like a year. But it's not just runs. I do other types of workouts. I do Tabata workouts, AMRAPs, because it's not just running that.
He doesn't know what you're saying right there.
Sorry.
I have no idea.
You're speaking a foreign language. I know what you're saying.
I know people who do these kinds of these races, so I know it's not just running all the time, but... It's not that
you just spoke fucking Chinese to him. Where I was like,
yeah, I did that dog to head tilt thing. Yeah, no, I know it's not just running. I'm just. Do you do a gym regimen too, or do you just do you go to the gym all the time? Do you? Because personally, yes. I can't even run a regular flat marathon.
almost.
I would need
day.
a year.
I do Monday through Thursday, take Friday off. Saturday's the long run. Take Sunday off. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are run days. Normally it's anywhere between 3 to 5 miles, and then all the other days are usually our warm up run is 1.25 miles, and then we do some type of workout after that. So that would be
that's a whole shit ton of workout. That's why I was just
it's curious. A lot. Yeah.
I mean, I know it takes that kind of dedication.
Oh
so.
yeah.
I know people who started with those short little obstacle runs and those family runs, and then they jump into those triathlon things that last a weekend or whatever they are, an entire day. They started 4 a.m. and fucking bike and swim and Ironman shit. Yeah. So I didn't know if you were working towards doing one of those.
I don't think I'm gonna do one of those because one, I don't really like swimming in the open water of the ocean.
Nothing motivates a motherfucker more than a shark.
I know,
so come
especially
on.
down there.
Well, that, and then also you're also talking about a bicycle as well, right? So those things aren't cheap.
No,
I mean you can get a cheap one. It ain't gonna last.
I actually know someone who might be selling one. They bought it, used it once, and they're all set with it.
No, the only thing.
Huh?
How much?
I don't want to say how much, but not that they were listening. But
We'll talk off air.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff from start to finish, when you buy all the equipment that you need to ride the bike comfortably, you're talking in the thousands.
Oh yeah.
You're talking padded shorts.
Has a 3. I think his bike's $3,000.
Some of those bikes,
ride. He's got the fat tires on it. He loves that shit, and he's got a 10-speed looking road bike that he takes for miles.
Yeah, see, those are right around the same. Just in the different. But those road bikes that they're riding, those things can get up $6-7 grand.
Yeah.
For just the bikes, and then you got to buy your padded pants so you don't
hurt your butt.
Your junk don't fall off.
You can build up some serious shape.
I didn't know if you
with longer runs or going from each because you with those after the swim you get on the bike and then you go for the run.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure you dry yourself off and like lather yourself up. So there's got a bunch of stuff to help prevent with chafing.
Yeah,
So,
right afterwards.
yeah. So you gotta if you're going for longer events, you're gonna chafe. So you use like trail toes or body glide or right now I think
KY.
I don't think I'm
I'm
not gonna say
petroleum jelly.
I've never. I mean, you could use petroleum jelly. I used Bordeaux's butt paste. Stuff to help with babies and their rashes and stuff like that. But I was
Should get some Destin.
Not Destiny. It's Desitin.
Desitin. There you go.
I was cheap and I didn't want to get any of the the expensive stuff quite yet because I didn't.
Desitin ain't
When
cheap.
I originally bought it, I didn't know how far I was going to take all this running, so I was just kind of doing it to do it, and
It's addicting, right?
yeah, it can be. I mean, it's just like a drug.
Yeah. You get that same high. Man.
I mean,
working out is, dude.
Right, but that brings me back to my original question, was why I was asking him if he was training all the time or just right before a race, because I didn't know if his ultimate goal was to be that old guy who shows up to every fucking marathon race and just like stares down people.
No, I don't think I'm ever going to be that guy. I mean, there's plenty of
Telling everybody he's 85.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably pass for 85.
I've been doing this.
No, I'm not going to do every race. When you ask where do I think I'm going to go with stuff, I think I'm going to go more towards the trail runs of like the ultra marathons where we do, like 30 miles instead, a 50K trail mile. But at the same time, trail miles are a lot nicer to your body than running on the road.
Now, that's just straight trail running? That's not like obstacles and shit and
Correct,
like mud pits thrown in the middle of it?
No,
that's
just a straight
through the woods.
A straight run, through the woods. Or
see, I wouldn't mind that.
I used to love it when I was a kid, man. And I always used to be playing in the woods all the time up, by my parents' house. You'd just be running up and down those hills and, bringing the bikes and doing other types of stuff.
There are certain kids around here who didn't even know there were woods down there.
Yeah.
Like, where'd these come from?
What?
This is where we lived as kids.
Yep.
We weren't this. Oh, looking down at this thing. This thing is awesome.
The only thing you'd find...
Unless it was a nudie mag.
Yeah, that's the only thing you'd find.
Nudie magazine day.
You've done Spartan races before, right? So is the Beast, this one coming up, is that your trifecta?
Yeah, that would be my trifecta for the year. You get a medal for each one, right? And then each race you get a third for each race that you do. And then I'll make a one medal for itself.
Yeah.
There's some people out there that they freaking do so many. I think that, and every time you do a trifecta for the year, the medal gets bigger and bigger.
Oh, really?
Each one. If you look it up, I'm telling you, there's someone that I think has done 15 trifectas this year.
Damn.
And the thing is like,
damn.
Wow.
Bigger than your freaking head.
I get a small head. But I'm sure it's pretty
maybe
big.
like two of your heads.
But do they have the giant DP medal?
No.
Yeah, right?
No.
Your collection's not complete till you got that.
I used to love when I do the CrossFit competitions, waking up that early morning and eating. I'd watch old fights on the UFC app. Get all amped up, like dump music on in the background, like I'm fucking going to a fight. Like, it was fun, dude. That was all anxious anxiety. What's gonna happen? Am I gonna be able to do this? And then throwing down. That was a lot of fun.
I get like that every time before a race. I'm always jittery. I'm always nervous because I'm like, why the hell did I sign up for this?
Yeah.
And then I realized I'm like, oh, I know why I signed up for this. I think someone told me the other day. They said your race is your victory lap almost for all the training that you've done.
Yeah.
That makes sense
to get to it.
Did you do Murph yet?
I did the Murph. I did the Murph on but we didn't have the weight vests. But we did that. Me and my buddy did that one on, was it Memorial Day weekend? Yeah. So we did that. We went out to the park and did it.
Workout.
It's not that bad.
That one's made me question. With running, that one made me question a couple of times. Like, why am I here? This sucks. I'm cramping.
Yeah.
All right. And then you get all these old ladies pass you. You can do it. Fucking bitch. Damn it. I'm going.
Yeah. I mean, it's it's an okay workout. I mean I mean, if I did it with the vest, it would be a lot harder. But
yeah, I had my I have the Titan shirt. It's a weighted shirt. It's like 8.2 pounds. You can get bigger weights now, but when they first came out, it was only like 8.2 pounds. But it feels like you're wearing 20 pounds, but you can move fluid. But it's so compressing when it's so hot out. Holy crap! I'm like, it's so hot. I just want to take it off. I can't breathe.
Oh yeah, that was like our me and my buddies run a couple weekends ago. Did 20 miles, and it was one of the freaking brutalest days of the year. We did started at like 6 something. It rained the night before. All the clouds stayed over, but it made it humid.
Oh, it was probably oppressive.
It is so oppressive. Like, I mean,
it is the South after all.
Yeah,
No.
It was brutal.
Wow.
We got like, I didn't even feel good that day, anyways, and like, I think by mile 3, I was almost ready to just turn around.
Ugh.
And so I'm like, no, I gotta keep going, because if I don't make 20 miles today, what happens if I don't feel good on race day? Then I'm not gonna know, how my body reacts, or I just gotta try to push through. So eventually by like mile 8, I started feeling better, but the temperature kept going up, and then I think by mile 13 we were back on the bridge and we were hoping for some wind. There was no freaking wind. There was no wind, and it was sun directly just beating on us, like out there.
That's why I don't
With
run.
them nice hazy clouds. I
Yeah, I mean, but
reports.
it's good exercise.
Yes.
So like, yeah, I think we took like a 5-minute break and poured like water over our heads because we were super hot, and
That's so nasty.
yeah, it was nasty.
Sweaty, just
And it's like, I'm like,
give me a hug.
I'm like, I mean, yeah, I'm, drenched from head to toe. Socks are completely soaked.
That's
you get that little
disgusting.
squishy inside
Oh
your
my
skin.
god, that's so gross.
I mean, but at the same time, you're gonna get that if you do a race, like a Spartan race or a
Any
big
race.
nasty mud run or any type of that. Those runs, it's gonna be squishy. You're gonna get rocks, mud, all that type of stuff. So
Dysentery, giardia.
yeah,
It's going to be 81 degrees today. Oh, that doesn't sound that bad, with 300% humidity and 110 dew point.
By the end of that, I think it took us like 4.5 hours altogether to finish, with our breaks and stuff like that. But I mean, like, I think the real feel hit like 108 that day.
God damn, dude.
God.
Now, that 108 didn't hit until 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the
Still
afternoon.
right when the sun's like right overhead.
But you could imagine a couple hours before that, it was, probably
Yeah.
in the low hundreds, high 90s.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was.
I can imagine running being probably a little. I've worked in high temps and humidity, but running for that long, not screw that.
Yeah.
Not for fun.
So
when was
when
the last time you ran?
Like ran?
Yeah.
What are we talking? I ran to the end of my driveway the other day.
Like physically ran?
Yeah,
Like ran.
well,
Active running, not walking.
I mean, my
out to
driveway's
your
not that
run.
long, so I don't have to take very many steps. It was a hustled sprint. Okay, run. Last time I ran, when I raced Nick down the street, which was a poor decision on my part.
I know.
I
I
did
was so
my
tired
best.
afterwards.
I did my best. I was close.
my best.
I was close. That kid is freaking fast.
Dude, he's a freaking 13-year-old kid or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Weighs like 70 pounds and
Dude,
just
that kid's got perfect runner's
Yeah.
body, man. I mean, he's
Yeah.
got the longer legs. He's, thin.
Yeah, he's done
You're
really
not
well.
really that thin anymore.
I'm not that thin anymore. I like it. I like
I was
being
trying to get him to do a body fat loss competition starting New Year's resolution. He's like, "No, man, I'm not
It's not even fair to
I'm not
him.
doing it."
Yeah, it's not
I can drop like 20 pounds in 8-10 days.
Buddy, can you drop the body fat?
Yeah, it all goes with it. Yeah, it really does. I lose the weight. It's mostly water
It's not
weight.
as easy as you
It's
got
hop
older.
weight.
I'll tell you that, because originally when I actually started working back out, or when I wanted to start working back out, I didn't go into it to do a race or anything like that. I'm like, all right, I really need to, I built up some weight, so I'm like, yeah, I want to start working out again. I'm like, I want to get ripped again, like have the 12-pack abs like I used to back in the day. And then I realized, I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. Like, I don't care about like how much weight I lost. I was excited at first that I've lost some weight, but I mean now I don't think I lose any weight. Like,
yeah.
Well, I don't have the 6-pack abs, but I'm fine with that. It's about how I can perform, not how I look anymore. I don't care as much.
Nice.
I'm not saying I'm ripped, but I lose weight pretty quick. Like, I just go from being 220 to 195 in less than 10 days, and it thins me out.
I feel that. I'm calling.
My wife will back me up. In 3 days, I lost 12 pounds.
Did you take a huge shit?
No, I just
dropped.
I stopped.
It was stodgy.
Drinking beer and ate one meal a day like I normally do. I didn't do anything different. I drink a lot of water. I drink less water during the day, but that was about it. I mean,
but you can put on water weight too.
It's pretty much all. That's what I'm saying. It's mostly water weight. So in 3 days between doctor's appointments, that's why I know I can do it. But between those doctor's appointments, I dropped 12 pounds just by.
But also in between those doctor's appointments, what were you wearing each day? Were you wearing the same exact thing? Were you down to your skibbies each time?
Yeah, I was down to nothing but the underwear, but I was wearing the same thing. I don't really switch it up that often. Jeans, t-shirt, shorts, t-shirt, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah. I find that I get to the point now that it's almost impossible for me to lose any more weight, even with eating healthy, but at the same time my weakness is beer. So
well, see, that's my thing.
But you're also like maintaining muscle too, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Well, I mean
it's there somewhere, but
you have to do physical labor for your work, right? So
right. There is but that's not really a workout. It's hard work, but I work the same parts of my body. Like it just becomes
you don't
tolerance.
Switch it up.
It's not like increasing weights or I carry the same amount of stuff or the same weight all the time. So
that shit's super distracting.
I'm tripping out, man. This is one of my favorite games right now. So I made him watch it because it's hard to explain, as you can tell.
It's like old school animation, but new school technology.
Yeah, it's like the stuff that they would have put on the video screens at raves back in the day.
It took 2 years to make this game, or actually more than that. But they've announced it 2 years ago.
I gotcha.
It's fun, but yeah.
Stop partying and changed it all up. Now you do Spartan races and
change one addiction for another.
Yeah,
a healthier one.
And fostering dogs.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah, how many do you have right now?
25.
No.
There's a barn out back.
We had 4 right before we got up here. One went for heartworm treatment, so he's with another foster right now because with heartworm treatments, they got to stay very mild and calm, and our house is not calm.
There's a lot of dogs.
There's 3 others. So, we have our dog, Santa Fe, and she's awesome, but she's high energy. She's a pit bull mix. We have another foster named Rue. He's a red-nosed pit bull mix. He's pretty awesome. He can be high energy too, but he's scared of freaking everything. Someone did something terrible to him. Yeah. Absolutely terrible to him. He cowered the whole time he was at our house. He'd warm up to females sooner than males. Mm-hmm. So we kind of knew that maybe some male did something really wrong to him.
It's not always that. Sometimes women just have a softer energy most of the time than men. When a man walks into a room, he usually carries a little bit more of a vibrato, a little bit of, testosterone when he walks into a room, and women are more nurturing by nature. So that's why it just bothers me sometimes when some people say, "Oh, my dog hates men." No, they don't hate men. You just breed into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've got rescue dogs, so
yeah, we get
a lot of those get.
We get some ones that need a lot of medical attention or behavior, some behavioral issues. But Rue that we had, it took us about 4 days to be able to get him outside the house to go to the bathroom. So
Wow.
like day 2, he I tell this story all the time because it's kind of funny. I was angry at the time, but it was still funny. He literally went into the living room while I was sitting on the couch and pooped on the rug and peed on the wall at the same time.
What the fuck?
That's crazy.
I was so angry.
What?
Yeah, I was so angry, but like now all I could do is
I'm not
just
even
laugh.
mad. I'm just impressed.
Yeah, I know. That's what I know.
How'd you get it to come out at the same time?
That's what I thought too. I was like, I can't. Just have to laugh at it.
Just how do you aim it in a different direction
Dude,
like
what
that?
the fuck?
Yeah, and then we have this other one. His name's Gator, and he's a lab mix. Yep. They called him Gonzo, but then he was adopted by a family, and then they returned him about a year later. So we went by the name Gator. So we just keep his name as Gator.
So weird.
Gator don't play no shit.
So
It's
weird.
awesome that you foster and rescue dogs and shit. I mean, there's so many out there.
Oh, there's
I just
so
remember
many.
you back in the day, like not even caring about, like not even liking dogs. Like people, his dogs would come in your space. You're like, I know.
I never grew up with dogs, but also I have, allergies as well. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I had a cat for a long time as well, and I had allergies to a cat. It
Lucky
helped.
bitch.
Yep. Yep. That's what it.
Cats.
Yeah, they're assholes. But,
I don't like competition. Cats are wicked assholes.
yeah, I mean, they are. And, we never grew up with a dog or anything like that, but my wife did. So, I mean, I was just kind of.
You got to get used to it.
Yeah, I just got to get used to it. And I build up with my allergies. It takes me a little bit, but I can build up an immunity to them. So
Yeah.
like for the first like week or two, I'm in like a long sleeve shirt the whole time, and we'll only let them, can only touch them with like my hands. I can't have them touch like like my inner arm or anything like that because they'll start breaking out and shit. And same thing with like. I could wear probably shorts and be fine, like on the lower legs. But if like the shorts are a little bit, they
Get up more in the
your
sensitive
thighs.
areas.
yeah, and like yeah,
Sensitive.
especially with like sometimes with their claws, they're like, and it's like
Oh, and
just
they're
big.
jumping up.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
they jump up and hit me like in my
Oh,
stomach
yeah.
or something
Yeah,
like
welts.
that. Yep. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. I'm like, let me break that Benadryl in half.
I need that fast acting shit.
Oh yeah, no,
You
I
guys
really
get-
do.
Because you get paid for it.
Nope, no pay.
They
So-
at least supply all the
Yep, they'll
medical treatment, food and
Yes.
shit.
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, the only thing that you need to supply is time. I mean, that's it. They'll pay for the food. They pay for the visits. They'll give you toys, treats, dog bowls, crate. I mean, you don't have to pay. I mean, if you want to buy them something special, then you can.
Yeah.
And
Or at
sometimes
least your initial cost going into it is covered. Like you're not spending like you're buying a dog.
right, exactly. And so, I mean, take them to the vet visits like you would. A lot of them, like ours, provide training as well. So the training's all free. You could just take them to, one of the ladies that provides training. So, I mean, all it takes is time. It just takes up a little bit of your time. Once
Just
shit,
bring
why
them
not?
into it. Yeah.
I don't have any kids right now, so it's not taken away from that. So I mean,
All right. Now, do you deal with like a private rescue, or is it state run, or
it's
go
not
with
state run. No, it's a
multiple?
private rescue. It's called One Love Animal Rescue out of Savannah,
Love.
Georgia.
shout out?
Yeah, I mean they're awesome. Like sometimes we have events. They have events at like PetSmart and stuff like that where you can go meet adoptable dogs. We did this other one at it was called Laughs and Drafts. We did it down at South Brown Brewing Company in Savannah because they have
nice.
their own brew company there, and it was kind of nice because I mean, since we were there for the event, I got to drink for free like all night.
Nice.
It's like, yep.
Puppies and beer.
And actually, I think because that was a Friday night, I was supposed to go running with my buddy that Saturday. I said, "Yeah, it ain't happening tomorrow, buddy."
I've been with dogs all night.
Yeah, no, I've been with beer all night. I'm not gonna lie about why I didn't show up.
Yeah, no. That's what adults do.
Exactly.
Accountability.
Tell the truth. I'm a terrible liar anyway, so
Why bother?
Yeah, exactly.
I did it.
Yep. When we do something stupid and you change like someone's background or they ask you something like, did you do it? And then I still be like, no, but then I start cracking up laughing, so I can never get away with anything.
Kids. Take a break, grab some beer. I'm thirsty. You can have another water.
Yes.
And are you partaking in the beer of the night?
I will have a little bit of it, but I'm not going to drink like a whole one or anything like that.
Fair enough.
I'll certainly give it a shot.
It's not like going to Rome for us. I mean, I guess people in Rome would want to come to New Hampshire.
Rome's awesome.
If you grab the bottom of that, it won't crunch like that every time.
Sorry.
I was explaining that the universe has been working out lately. As long as we stay doing what we're doing, the universe seems like it's helping. So, yeah, dude. So besides what I explained out there earlier about the kid I'm gonna go see in concert and that, so Michelle just happened to go to school with these guys.
Oh.
So I reached out to him today, and we're gonna do something in January.
Nice.
So, when I went to see Brett Wilson from Roots of Creation play, it's like a reggae band. I'm working to get them on, but they got a new album coming out, and it's hectic. I'm sure they're very busy, and he's always playing out at places. But anyway, so I went to go meet him and introduce myself, and I met the sales rep from Shipyard.
Nice.
And he's gonna come on. So
cool. That's pretty cool. Sounds like you're having fun doing this.
Yeah,
it's fun.
As long as we work at it, man. Shit just keeps lining up. Like it's crazy how it's been unfolding with everything, and then doing this thing that we're working on next year. This little competition charity event thing that we're working on. It's
mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually remember talking to Billy probably like it was at least a decade now. Talking about doing something like with radio. And I think his wife said, "Yeah, you got a face pretty enough for radio."
It was when that whole satellite radio thing was blowing up. We were like, "Man, you fuck say anything you want."
Oh no, yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I had one of those ones, the external hookups to the car. I mean, that's where I found my some pretty awesome freaking music. The Five Finger Death Punch.
Hell yeah.
When they first came out, I mean, I don't listen to them anymore as much. They pumped out so much stuff, and it's not good anymore.
I don't listen to their new shit. I listen to their old shit.
Oh yeah, no, I still listen to their old stuff. I still listen to their old stuff, but I just don't listen to their new stuff anymore. It's just
Nah.
I mean,
it's commercial.
Yeah,
evolution of that was just streaming music, which is how I find a lot of my new music nowadays.
Yeah,
I love when my streaming app, Pandora, iHeart, whatever you're using, just goes deep. Like you listen for an hour or two, you get some stuff that's pretty obscure sometimes.
Yeah,
but I find a lot of new things that I like to listen to that way. So
yeah, that's how I came across a lot of other bands, and there's this one band that I'm freaking really excited about, called Nothing More.
Yeah.
Their new album that I listen to, I can listen to that album from start to finish.
Ooh.
And there is not a single garbage track on that. Like, it is that good.
There's nothing better than an album you can go all the way through without wanting to.
Doesn't happen.
I haven't been able to
skip
do
a
it.
track.
I haven't been able to do it in years.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, from start to finish.
Yeah, it's tough.
And it's great because I'll throw that on my iPod or something when I'm running.
I'm trying to think.
And throw on a bunch of, that stuff. I listen to a lot of harder rock.
Yeah.
I listen to podcasts, and then people that I've talked to so far.
Yeah, so I find it, I don't know if I could. I'm going to try it eventually.
What's that?
Maybe listen to a podcast while running. But
It's
I don't know if I
to
would
me
do
that's
it
not
while
the.
riding.
well, that's what I was saying. Yeah, I don't.
But
Besides that, I don't.
I mean, at work, yes.
I know some people that do though.
While they're working out.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, as far as like running
whatever
like
floats your
those
boat, I
long
guess.
distance, yeah. Because
I would need
if
pump
it's
up
done well
music.
enough.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to house music and stuff. I got a bunch of some Joshua Casper's stuff.
Yeah.
that I'll throw on because I mean it's a good rhythm. You hit about 180 beats per minute, which normally you want to be stepping on the ground about 175 to about 180 or so steps a minute, so it can get you in sync.
Nice. Can you even think of the last album that you listened to that you could just listen to start to finish every time? I mean, he just said his, but I'm trying to think it. I'm trying to think.
Like continuously over many times.
Yeah, like if it came, like if you popped it in on a road trip or something, or you were just
Metallica Black Album,
throwing on some music down here.
Ready to Die could. Biggie.
I mean,
Ready to Die. Fucking every. I can
but
jam out to all of them.
That's a long
I mean,
time.
you're talking about what
20
Are you
something.
talking about
ago.
new shit? Yeah, I couldn't tell
No,
you
I'm just
any
saying.
new shit that it would all old shit. Fucking new music sucks unless you again go not mainstream like I think Alabama Shakes.
I was
before
gonna
they
say
got big. I think they put out good stuff. Although I've been into a lot of Amy Winehouse lately.
Weird.
I think
Yeah, dude, she's got a soulful shit, man. Like it's that old style, that raw voice. Like it keeps me calm.
Dude, so
It keeps me very calm.
yeah. That's I'll tell you who I listen to that keeps me calm. It's called my chill down list that I play on like when I get home sometimes, and it's a lot of Bjork.
Really?
Dead serious. Yeah.
She was just there was just something about her earlier. Something about the way she did a microphone. The way that it was like an old article or news thing that she did that basically talking about how a microphone's like an extension of her body. Like it was actually a pretty as much as she's weird.
Oh, she's super weird. But I guess that's probably why I like her music, because I'm fucking weird too. So
I don't think I've ever actually listened to a Bjork song.
there's some weird. I'm going to tell you, there's some really weird stuff in there too. And so, but once you get to funnel it all out, like on Pandora or something like that, because then I can, it's got Bjork, Tricky, Massive Attack, 07. It's got a bunch of nice, just down tempo type of music that you can kind of relax to.
Yeah, when I'm just chilling and just want music on in the background, something that's gonna be like a good mood setter, I think I do the Alabama Shakes radio. There's such a diverse between Amy Winehouse, but they'll throw like some Otis Redding in there every now and then. You get some Creedence Clearwater every now and then.
Woo! Yeah, I mean, it's not really that I'm actually chilling. Normally, I'm just like doing dishes or something like that, or prepping for cooking. There's not usually a time that I'm actually chilling, because even with all my normal training that I'm doing, like almost every night, I go into the office and I throw out a yoga mat and I do stretches for about 20 minutes before I even head to bed, because my body gets super, super tight. So you gotta.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, I went before I actually got into the long running. I was having a problem with my hip, so I went and saw this guy that does physical therapy and stuff like that. And he's actually a triathlon athlete. So he does the swim, the bike, and the run. So the full one too. We're talking, miles of swimming, a huge amount of bike. I think it's like 50 miles of bike and 26.2 miles, all one after each other, and competes them too. You
just got me this. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't want to forget. You just got me this week's song. I'll explain after.
Fair enough. So I went and saw him. He's like, "Whoa, look at this!" He freaking laid me on like one of the big like massage table things, and lay on your back. You hold your two legs. You let one of them go as far as you can, and like my left one went pretty much all the way, level.
Yeah.
My right one's was like, like not even close. Like 15 degrees or 30
Wow.
degrees or something. So, it gave me a bunch of stretches to do and stuff like that. But also at the same time, I went and got treated for, because I suffer from plantar fasciitis, so I always have to have some.
That sucks.
Dude, it's terrible. So I always have to have some type of insert in my feet, even regular walking shoes and stuff like that. When I went to get treated, my friend referred me to him. So I got my feet treated and I got a running analysis done all at the same time.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So the what we tried doing was with the plantar fasciitis, we worked on the Graston technique, which is pretty much taking like a metal instrument on your feet and stuff like that, and pretty much breaking up the scar tissue that's in there.
Oh. Like a rolling pin, just kind of metal thing that you just roll in your foot on.
Dude, look it up. Oh. You can look up like Graston tools. It's pretty much all it is. It's almost like a metal boomerang, except it's not fully. It's something like that. And this part here on the rounded part pulls right in. It goes into your feet, and they crank it in there. And the funny part is like it hurt a little bit for me.
But it feels so good.
No, it felt great because we worked on that, and then they started using a laser as well to build up, to try to get some of that circulation back with like the blood vessels and everything else that was in there. But his wife, she's like, I'm always like afraid that I'm gonna go too hard, and I'm like, oh, you can go harder. Like, it doesn't hurt me. She's like, I can't even go like that to someone's foot with one of these without them crying in pain. And I'm just sitting there like, la, 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 la.
That's awesome.
Unfortunately, it definitely helped a little bit with my feet not hurting as much.
Dude, they're like torture devices.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, that looks like a fucking bottle opener right there.
Which one was that one?
That one did.
Yeah, I never saw that one, but I just threw out the half moon one almost that you had.
Fucking torture.
But yeah, his wife was like, I always cringe when I have to do your feet. But as I was saying, like, unfortunately, didn't work. Didn't cure it. So I haven't tried. I've tried, the splints, like the hold your toe back, those socks, like for nighttime, and stuff like that.
I'm sorry, what?
The night splints. It's a sock that goes like all the way up to your knee, and then it's got a strap towards the bottom of your toe, and you pull it back, so you're almost in like a flex state. So your toe is like this, right?
Oh, you sleep like
While
that?
you
I
sleeping?
can't. Yeah, you're supposed to. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to do it. There's no way I can fall asleep with that on, so those didn't work.
Understandably.
Yeah, I mean,
Jesus Christ.
Looks so uncomfortable.
No, it's very uncomfortable. I tried like the little boot thing. That one was just like, wearing like JP having metal legs or something like that. But I've tried pretty much everything except for, there's exercises. I try the exercises. There's just nothing that's broken it up yet, besides possibly doing surgery. But I'm never going to do surgery because that puts me out of commission for 1 year. At least.
Wouldn't it be better to do that and get it done? Like, just to, instead of dealing through it,
Sacrificing 1 year for
it's
a
not
better performance later on.
But it's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah, well,
It could
what's
come
guaranteed?
Nothing. But it could come back again.
Yeah.
And then I wasted,
all the
I'm
money
not
and
going to be
everything.
able to do 90% of this stuff as I get a lot older in years either. So maybe as I get older.
Though. You know who Cameron Haynes is?
I don't know who that
Cameron Haynes is a professional bow hunter. He works, I think, for Hoyt. But he's also runs ultra marathons. Like, he just did the Moab 240.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I heard of that one.
So, and before that, he did the Bigfoot 200, which is like 207 miles or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's older. He's got to be in his, I think, 50s.
Yeah,
so to say that you could never get there, you could get there.
Yeah, you're right. I could. I'm going to try almost every other option first before I ever have to go do surgery.
Them fucking socks look horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, as long as I have the running inserts in, I'm normally fine. So it doesn't really affect it that bad as long as I have some type of insert in there. But
I have to try like arches. I know my feet always hurt trying to run.
So yeah, I mean, my feet got destroyed from working in the restaurant business for decades.
Standing on your feet.
Huh? Yeah, being on my feet the whole time, being in shitty ass shoes. No offense to no offense to some of those shoes that I wore, but I always had a pair of Vans, but they are not
right
for standing on your feet all
yeah, they are not good. Yeah.
No, so that being on my feet all day, working double shifts, all that stuff. I mean, that's when it started happening. And if I would have kind of known what I know now, I could have freaking nipped that in the butt a long time ago.
It was like when I did when I worked at the mill store back in the day. I blew out my sacroiliac joint from being an idiot. Basically, I was standing on a pallet jack,
which is probably the least of your injuries for being an idiot.
Yeah, with the forks facing away from me. So I have the handle here, and I jumped up to bring my feet up so that it would drop me backwards, which I don't know why, because there was no weight on the other end. So either way, I was getting fucked up. So, but the arm never dropped, and my legs kicked the bottom of the handle, and it popped right there. And this is when I was like 21 years old. So then, after years and years, it's probably 28. Yeah, probably about when I was 28 when I started jiu-jitsu. Yeah. And I couldn't move. Like, I had to go to a chiropractor to try to get it adjusted because I had just lived with it for 8 years. Yeah. It's like, damn. And then rolling, like, one of the first times, a kid almost got me in an arm bar, and I went to twist out, and I popped it right out again. Like,
yeah. And, that's one of those things that, painful injuries. And that's what I try to prevent. So that's why I ended up going to this guy, and I got this thing called the dartfish analysis done. And what he does is he takes a video camera and records you on a treadmill while you're running. So it'll take it from all angles, from behind, both sides.
Seems a little creepy.
Yeah, whatever.
Now take your shirt off.
Could be worse. It was at least.
Was the first red flag that you had to be in your underwear while doing it?
No. I think I was in like full compression gear at that time because it was, I think, closer to the winter time.
I'm going to need you to wear this outfit. No, the filming is medical purposes only, I promise. Yeah, I started using inserts in my boots a couple years ago, and it made a more difference than I expected it to.
So on the dartfish analysis, to find out why I was having some hip pain, is I was heel striking when I was running. So everyone thinks, like, when you start, kind of like when you run, you kind of be in the same position as you walk, right? So when you're trying to pull out, so find out I was heel striking. And when you heel strike, everything that you're trying to move forward for, when you heel strike, is pushing you the opposite way. So you're hitting, it's almost breaking you, and then it's sending a shock wave up from your heel to your knee, to your hip, to your back, to your neck. I mean, because everything's connected, right? So you can seriously, hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Heel striking, especially for longer distances at a time. And a lot of times you might not notice it for a while because you're not doing longer distances. You got, nowadays, you got all these sneakers that have like
memory foam
huge cushion for the heel, which also is affecting your stride as well, because you're talking about like a 12 millimeter difference from heel to toes, right? So it's almost like you're wearing high heels almost, or small heels, right?
Right.
So that makes it easier to heel strike. So all I had to do, he said, on the analysis, like my lean was fine from my waist forward, because you want to lean a little bit forward. My pace was fine. The only thing I needed to do was just take my step in a little bit and then switch to a lower profile sneaker. So I think I got sneakers now that it's like a 2 millimeter drop. And it's just made a world of difference.
Cool.
So that's why if anyone wants to get into longer running, I would also suggest going to get
the analysis.
Yeah, I mean it'll save you in the long run. I mean, you can pay the money for it.
Now, who do you go to see for that? Like, do they just a specialist?
Yeah, so the guy that I have, he's not a chiropractor. He's a physical therapist. Him and his wife are. It was like it's called Ledesma.
Oh, okay.
I was actually hoping to grab the I forgot to get in touch with him, see if I could grab the videos, and then I would show you guys like the difference between the first time I went there with him and then like a month later on my new run-in form.
Is it all one video?
No, it's two different ones.
It's like the before and after.
Yeah. So before and after, but yeah, so it shows, but at the same time when you switch your running form, you find a lot of new muscles that you've never used before. Like my calves were on fire.
I think that's part of the problem when I do run is not having that technique down that you need. Even like my breathing, like just knowing when to exhale, when to inhale, like hitting the ground too hard and like feeling it go as I hit the ground. Like
that would be my biggest problem, standing up straight, like the proper form.
Well, you don't actually want to be up straight. You want to actually be leaning a little bit forward when you can to, keep yourself in that form. I mean, if you look up
forward momentum.
Yeah, the forward momentum. So I mean, if you look at any like YouTube videos of people running and stuff like that, you watch like some of even the Usain Bolt and all those people, right? You're watching them when they step, they're stepping, their foot is striking the ground right underneath them, and then they're kicking backwards. They're extending out backwards compared to like walking where you put your foot out first and then you move up.
Right.
But yeah, if you try to make sure, because I know some people think like running is mindless. It's really not, though. I'm thinking, I have to think like, is my form right so I can make sure that I can make it this many miles today, right? So I'm always thinking, trying to land midfoot.
Still, huh?
Huh?
Still?
Yeah, I always think of it because when you get tired, you go back to these these bad habits,
form,
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, like these bad habits, you're not born with these bad habits, right? If you watch any of your kids run, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, when we were kids, we were born to run, right? So I mean,
I think that's a movie.
I'm sure it probably is.
It's a song too.
Yeah, I think so too.
Springsteen.
Yes, I was trying to think of it. But anyways, if you watch your kids run, right? I mean, sure, they might be like flailing their arms around, but I mean, if you look at them, they're stepping right underneath them, and they're generating.
I'm just glad that they go outside.
Well, I mean, that's what you got to do, because I mean,
are they there? Yeah, they're running. All right, cool.
If you think about it, a lot of
my son runs like he watches Naruto or Dragon Ball Z with his arms out behind him.
Yeah.
Still like just
the great Saiyan man.
It's like, dude, fucking run right, damn it.
But that could be, built up of bad habits. A lot of times people say to correct your running form if you really want, run barefoot. You will not heel strike if you're running barefoot.
It'll hurt
it will hurt really, really bad. Same thing when, you tell people to first start running, right? People always want to go and run run fast right away. You can't do that. You gotta take it a little bit slow at first. Everyone's like, oh, I get shin splints. I'm like, you're gonna get them regardless of what you do. No matter how hard you try, you're gonna get them when you first start off. You just gotta know when to take your break and then continue back.
Now, I've heard of shin splints. I've never had one. I don't know exactly what it is.
Because you don't run.
What is it? Just
it's like, I don't know,
like a shooting pain through the shin.
Yeah, basically, it's like
you're
over extended, like the tendon or whatever, or the muscle. It just it almost, I don't know. You're breaking apart your bone to grow. Basically, is what it feels like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I get them a lot, but I think it's because I also pushed myself that first time instead of going like the interval 90 on 30 off or something like that.
Yeah,
I got the shit. I'm gonna run 4 miles and then get like down 2 and go, fuck, my legs hurt. I'm done.
I get what you're saying. You got to start and build up. I've been walking for 30 some years now. I'm getting ready for that run.
Yeah,
I'm getting to the build up is where we're at.
Yeah. So I mean, if anyone wants to do it, you just got to go and do it. You got to stop making excuses. Just
the resistance.
Yeah, I mean, even when I first started, my friend was like, dude, I want you to be able to, to do a Spartan race. I want you to be able to comfortably run 5 miles. I'm like, what? You gotta be fucking kidding me.
That's my goal every year, is to run 5 miles.
For the whole year?
No, yeah.
It took me 10 months this year.
Oh, I want to do that Jason Bourne shit. Just run 5 miles.
Gotcha. So, he told me, I was like, dude, there's no way it's ever going to happen. Even like when I was, playing tons of sports, I barely even ran a mile. It was all built on speed.
Sprints.
Yeah.
Man.
So, which I was fast at. I was but trying to train myself to do even that, I couldn't run a mile when I first started off. I had to do the on, off. And then, eventually it's like once you get to that point, you break that mental barrier of that's hard, right? It's the same thing, this whole marathon training. I was like, I ran 13 miles at a half marathon. I mean, I pushed myself hard. I did it under 2 hours.
Nice.
And that was the first half I ever ran. I was exhausted. I pushed it. That's talking 9 minutes and 6 seconds a mile. Just continuous running. But I mean, the first time I broke 13 was probably the best run I ever had. Like, I was so high off of it for like a day.
Nice.
After
Nice.
breaking that barrier. And then it's just, you just got to break that mental barrier. And every time that I say that, I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do this one. I'm not going to be able to do this one.
Don't say that.
Right.
You're just killing it right there.
Exactly.
Can't is the true C word.
Yes, exactly. So I mean, anytime that I get towards those longer runs, the only thing I'm thinking of is this mile. I got to get through this mile. Even though I still have like 5 left, I'm only thinking about that mile. It's fun.
Fuck running.
I'm afraid of.
Dude, I said that too, man. I said that too, and I kind of got it. I'm addicted to it now. It's great. It's great exercise.
New Year's is coming up.
Yeah, New Year.
Don't be one of those people, man. That I'm gonna get in shape now.
Shut up. Beer of the night. I grabbed some Broad Arrow from our local Able Ebenezer. I think eventually we'll have featured all their beers here.
We're almost there.
But that's because we're friends with Carl and.
Smells good.
And I like their beer. Do they really have a good beer? It was actually their beer that made me change my outlook on beer, which is really weird after a workout.
I tried it for years.
So, between you and the wife always giving me shit and, why do you want to try this beer? 'Cause I don't fucking like it. You know how bad you smell after you drink that Newcastle? I know it comes out of your ass. Why would I want to drink that and smell like that, walk around stinking up my house?
Yeah, but that's not.
I don't think she's gonna want this on the record.
Too bad.
Or are you talking about Billy?
Me.
Billy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your wife for a
Newcastle.
second. I was like, God,
No.
you should not put that on.
You should know the Newcastle smells. I used to lay down.
Yeah, you used to be the first one to fall asleep all the time.
Yeah, that's
And then
no
you shit your
secret.
pants.
Never shit my pants though.
It smelled
I'm
like you
afraid
did.
of a medical scare at this point. Between Troy and Myke and the nightmares about being at a gym lately that I've been having, I'm afraid something's coming.
It was like, I'm going to work out.
No,
We're working out.
No, I'm afraid a medical scare is gonna make me have to get in shape. Like, I had a nightmare the other night where I was at a gym. I wasn't working out. I mean, but I was at a gym.
You go to
You ever watch the Gym Fails?
It was right next to
Dude,
a
I
Chipotle,
love
I
those.
guess.
dude, those ones are the best. I have to send.
I saw that chick that did the fucking deadlift and went straight back over. Have you seen this video?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those. We like me and my buddy watch them a lot. But my favorite one is not really a gym fail. It's the can I say like names of gyms?
You can say whatever you want.
Sure. So there's this one of awesome, Planet Fitness, the no lunk alarms and all that other types of stuff.
Yeah.
So they hand out like free pizza
Yeah.
on like Friday and shit like that, right?
Bagels on Tuesday
So,
mornings.
Yep. Yeah.
Get your carbs out.
So there's this guy who's doing the workout, and he's like on one of those
Oh, this the
machines.
dude like
The big black guy, and he's eating. He's like doing the workout while eating pizza at the same time. You're like, you are literally just not even helping yourself right now.
You're not even breaking even.
No,
Like,
not even close.
No, you're still going in debt on that one.
No, the Gym Fails, dude. That shit looks. Some of them are brutal, dude. On them lifts, and they just pass out. Which I've been close to lifting and passing out, so I get it. But damn, that shit looks brutal.
See, the thing is I never lift anything. We use a lot of body weights when we do type of stuff. Because we're never, like, in a race or, honestly, in real life, I'm never going to need to be able to, I'm never going to have to do a clean
Dude,
or
one
anything
time,
like that.
but one time, Bruce Wayne had to lift that log off of his chest. He needed to do all those push-ups and pull-ups and lift those weights.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying we use weights. We don't use them to the capacity of.
Oh, you don't max out.
Right? Yeah. There's no. Yeah. I mean, there's every once in a while we'll do a heavy day, but I mean, like we do, with dumbbells or plates, and stuff like that. But I mean, we don't really do too many cleans or anything like that. A lot of pull-ups. A lot of burpees.
Yeah, I bet.
You
got to keep your cardio up.
Right, yeah. So, like, the true Spartan workout to tell where you are kind of, like, fit-wise is run a mile, do 30 burpees. Run a mile, do 30 burpees. Run a mile, do 30 burpees. Oh, yeah. It's not easy. I've done it for 5 once.
It's like Glenn.
Glenn.
I think it's Glenn is... Fuck, I forget the first lift in the beginning. Cleans, maybe? I think it's cleans, run a mile, rope climb, run a mile, and then 100 burpees.
I love the rope climb.
I could be
My
wrong
head's
on
tilting like that. Confused dog again.
Oh, which one? The clean? So the clean is an Olympic lift where you basically bring it up like to your neckline.
Is that what you were doing? Those
yeah,
were
that's
you
a clean.
Doing at the competition.
Yeah, that first competition that I did, when I cleaned 185, and that maxed it out right then.
Yeah,
I jumped up, dude. Right, so I can't. I'm fucking retarded when it comes to math. Sometimes when people are around me because they make me nervous.
Yeah.
So I put these plates on, and I did 155, and then the only plates that were left, I just looked at him and was like, fuck, these are only heavy ones left. All right, fuck it, I guess. So I just threw it on, and even the guy that was counting me, he looks just like me, bald with a beard.
Yeah.
So he goes, you're jumping up 30 pounds? Yeah, it's just what, whatever. I guess so. Fucking.
That's all I was here.
So you get basically 2 lifts.
Yeah.
If so, the first lift I fucking dropped it, but I was right there, and then the second lift I got it. But yeah, I was like, holy shit! The adrenaline rush of doing comps is fucking awesome. That's the best feeling. Which I imagine like doing the race, like when you're climbing up the obstacles, like fucking in the movie.
That is the thing, right? It's adrenaline. It's for however long that I'm doing something like that, whether it be, I think my first race was an hour and 45 minutes, the first sprint that I did, and my second sprint that I did was an hour and 15 minutes.
There you go.
So, I mean, that was from 1 year to 1 year of training.
Yeah, seeing the progress of those.
Yeah. So, when I'm just out there running, and doing those races, I'm not thinking about, what bill I have to pay, what's going on at work, any of that bullshit. I'm just there thinking I need to get through this next obstacle.
Yeah.
I do that, and I hum the Rocky theme on my way up the stairs from the basement. When I get to the top, bro. When I get to the top, I feel good.
Yeah. What's that, like 30 steps you get?
Yeah. And then I lift a bag of Doritos and head back down.
And there's some obstacles that are freaking, tough. We had, there's a rope climb, and the first year I did it, they got rid of the knots that were in the rope, so it's just a straight rope. And normally it comes after something wet and muddy, so they're always wet. They're always muddy. But once you learn how the techniques to do them, it's easy. It's not all upper body strength. I never get myself up there with just my upper body. Like you use your feet as well, and you S hook or J hook or whatever you feel comfortable with. Because that one of the first year, that one scared the crap out of me. Because I'm like, man, if I freaking fall off of this thing, I mean, you're talking like 30 feet high too. Yeah. So it's like, all right, I got to make sure. So the first year that I ran, I had my buddy and his friend ran with me the first year to help, get through it, because they did their race, the elite heat in the morning, then did the race with me, and then we're doing a hurricane heat, which was like 3-hour thing afterwards.
Damn.
Yeah. So they got me through that. Then I failed like the Hercules hoist, which is like this just wet bag of sand that you have to pretty much pull from a rope and get it all the way up to the top and then let it down gently without dropping it.
Yeah, let it just race down.
Then there's a spear
It's
throw.
wicked fun though. Really?
No, it is fun. Yeah, so they have a spear. They have a spear throw, and they set up like these little Spartan guys with hay baskets and stuff like that. But the thing is like the end of the piece is tied to a rope as well. I fail that one every time. Every time it's automatically 30 burpees for me. Anytime you fail an obstacle.
Damn.
So
That's your penalty?
yep. Anytime you fail an obstacle, it's 30 burpees.
Huh?
Hey, you want to do one?
Do one what?
Spartan race.
Hey, I will. You know what?
They do
If-
Fenway.
you know-
Listen, usually this has
You know
been
what?
2 years in a
consider-
row.
I would consider it.
Fenway is. I mean, Fenway would be cool to go in and do Fenway, but Fenway is nowhere close to like any ones that they do.
No. I want to do something.
like in Western Mass, or I mean, Vermont is too brutal. You would never want that one to be your first one. I'll tell you that.
No.
That's Killington, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
that. That was-
But like they do ones in Massachusetts a lot, and now I was gonna say, to any one of my friends that actually wants to try one, I'll go and do one. I'll come up and do one with you if I can logistically make it work.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll
yeah.
have to set something up for next year.
Yeah,
Yeah, next year. Next year sounds
next
good.
year. Next year. Yeah, I put-
Next,
But I mean,
I just meant between
I
now
know.
and the end of the year.
I know,
Is
Next
probably
year, right?
logistically not going to happen.
Right.
But next year,
they
dude,
go-
I'm all about fucking doing what I say. I'm
I'd give it a
gonna do.
go.
so I mean, there's one in May in Western Mass.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind.
May works.
May?
Yeah, I mean,
What's wrong with me?
Nothing's wrong with May.
you got 7 months, something like that, whatever.
Nothing's wrong with May. I like May.
Okay.
I
But
was born in May. May's a great
May
month.
What?
huh?
May what?
5th.
Fucking Christ. That one-
I don't remember off the top of my head. There's a bunch of races that I haven't even fully decided what I'm gonna do for the next year yet.
I like next year, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Gives me-
there's
gives me time to procrastinate a little
logistically,
bit.
between now and next year, it's got to be next year because I don't have time for the rest of this year.
yeah.
So that's,
Neither do I.
that's all I'm saying. Logistically, it will end up being next year.
So I mean, if you want to do the open heat, I'll run the open heat with you. I'll probably run earlier wave just for the hell of it.
So you can get the head start.
So
You
no,
already
it's
have-
not really so I can get the head
Do you
start.
even run,
So,
bro?
well, no, so because
He'll lap us.
Yeah,
It's like,
this is
I'm
my
gonna go through
mid-morning
again.
snack right
yeah,
now.
because honestly, by now, like the first time I did that Spartan race, I was walking like a 80-year-old man afterwards, and the next day.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And it that was pretty tough. And then I did it this year, the same event, and I was helping my father-in-law move afterwards.
That's fucking.
That's how far like you can show how well your training has been. And a lot of times staying active afterwards helps,
Yeah, you gotta
cut
stay
down on that
moving.
soreness and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I'd give
What'd
it
you
a
think
go.
of the beer?
Haven't even tried a sip yet.
Damn,
Don't
you
waste
wouldn't
my
know.
beer, man. I would have split it up.
Cloom.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I've been talking the whole time. Of course I didn't try the beer yet.
I'll try the beer, sir. Mister, I don't like IPAs.
This one's not bad.
They got some pretty good stuff.
No, they really do.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. The thing that I don't really like about IPAs a lot is that bitter taste at the end.
Oh,
I'm
it's a
just-
whole new world right
I'm
now.
like,
Yeah,
You're
no,
living in
some-
the old world of IPAs right now.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of new shit.
He said the same thing. Like
yeah,
when he first got into beer, he was like trying new stuff that he didn't really like the IPAs, but you find a couple good ones. Abel's.
yeah.
Abel's
And
has
that
good shit.
that started you on a direction of at least something that you like. Like you're looking for a certain part of whatever you're trying that you like. If you don't find that, then most of the time, never go back.
Have you tried Dunkels before?
No.
No. It's a
Where are they out of?
Germany.
Oh, so you get it like
Oh, you can get them from other places.
so
Dunkels?
beer store might
I'll have
have.
to
Yeah.
check it out. Yeah.
Yeah,
You wanna
I
look
mean,
tomorrow.
What's that?
You want to look tomorrow?
Maybe.
so yeah, Dunkels
Smart.
are pretty good too. I learned to, I tried those when I was out in Germany last year.
Yeah.
I drank the smoked beer as well.
Now, do you drink those warm?
No.
No,
I can't drink warm beer.
Well, no, because everybody knows that they drink their beer warmer over there, but there are some that are just not good ice cold.
Yeah, I didn't find anything that was like warm or like room temperature or anything like that. I didn't find it to be any warmer than over here, because we went to the original Hofbräu, and that place was amazing.
The original Hofbräu?
Yeah. Hofbräu, how it's called. But it's the traditional like Munich beer, where it's only made with like 4 ingredients or something like that.
Oh wow!
It's like it's what they defined as beer, and the recipe has never changed.
Yeah. It's like a beer fest guy.
Pretty much. Yeah. Honestly, that's exactly what the inside of that bar looked like. It was awesome. Like they have these huge ass tables that everyone just plops. Das Boot. So yeah, some of them have boots. Some of them, I think, have boots. But there was a Bayern Munich game, and freaking these super fans were over there, freaking chanting their songs, jumping up and down. I think I saw the bouncers kick out like 10 people within like an hour that we were there. It was funny awesome. Though. They were all amped up because there was a game on. Like Bayern Munich was playing like the next day for like the Champions League. But I tried the smoke beer out of, it's like in between Munich and Berlin, and Bamberg. And it's got this smoke beer. And I've tried the smoke beer before, at a bar before. And I'm like, wow, this really tastes like campfire and butthole.
That's like that one Randy bought. I was telling him it tasted like... I forget the name of it, but it was like a Budweiser, literally with liquid smoke poured into it. It was disgusting.
So when we were in Bamberg, that's what they're known for there. So we went to the brewery there. I tried it there, and I'm like, it came like right out of the tap. It was so good. It was actually good. I couldn't drink a whole mess of them. I could have a couple of them, but that's like about it. Like 2, 3, maybe the most.
That's pretty much anything with those beers.
Yeah. That's like burn the ships and. That has a really interesting smoke taste. I've never really had a beer that had a smoked anything.
Yeah,
and
but it's probably one of the smoothest ones that I've had for a smoked IPA.
Yeah, the few other ones that I've tried have, I think one other one was good, and then the other 2 was that one that I just said, and then the other one was too bitter.
If you have any type of like German place up here, normally they'll have some of the Dunkels on tap, or the original, Hofbräu, or a bunch of other different types.
I don't know if we do.
I'd have to look around. I'm on the search lately for local breweries and stuff. Ever since I stumbled across those 2 really good ones on the way to Maine and in Maine, I'm on the look for some local stuff, because apparently they're popping up everywhere.
Field trips. Yeah, field trips.
This is all work research, I swear.
They opened up a distillery in Savannah with like making their own vodka and stuff like that too.
Yeah, a lot of those have been going up.
Yeah. One of the place we went to in Maine, they did their own distillery and brewery inside. They served food. Everything was good. I didn't try any of the liquor.
Yeah,
but they did their own rum, their own vodka, I believe, bourbon, whiskey, and something else. That was all house. And then they had like, I'd say probably 12 different beers on tap that were all theirs.
Oh wow, that's cool.
And then their food was like, it was pub food.
Pub food. Yeah.
They had this.
There's a place in western New Hampshire somewhere, like pretty much on the border of Vermont, that is a distillery and brewery and restaurant that I want to check out, but it's a far ride.
One of the things they had for food was homemade pretzels, and they had like this IPA mustard that was like, everybody gets beer cheese with their pretzel, right?
Oh hell yeah.
The soft pretzel, which was good too, but they had this IPA mustard that was just like it had like the most interesting taste. It wasn't too like spicy of a mustard, but it had that nice undertone of the IPA flavors that they have in one of their beers. It was pretty good.
Yeah, always go with beer cheese
and fish tacos.
It's been a pleasure, sir.
Same here.
I'm glad you're up. I miss you.
I miss you too.
I miss you guys too.
That,
I love you.
You're gonna go home. Good night, sir.
Good night.
Good night.
And there we go, folks. That was our friend Michael Glennon. Like I said, it was a lot of fun sitting and talking with a friend. Actually, next week's episode, actually it might not be, giving scheduling things on how I got stuff laid out. But we did another friend one that will come up soon with our actual invisible third partner in this podcast endeavor, the kid that's actually helped us with the sound and any of our technical difficulties that we've come across, things that we've messed up on. He's bailed us out. So I felt like seeing he's like our third silent partner that's helped out a lot of things. He should come in and shoot the shit and have a conversation with us. So that episode will air. Like I said, I think we're going to start doing friends that want to come in and shoot the shit. Will come in and have conversations. And other than that, we got a lot of good stuff lined up for the rest of the year and going into the next. We are only getting warmed up. Tell your friends about us. Jump in, get on board, because we're going up, man. It's awesome, and we're humbled by it, and we're glad to be a part of it. We appreciate everybody's support, and it's amazing, and we have a lot of exciting stuff planned for you guys. So spread the word, spread the love. Let's get this Joshua Casper Murky Weekend. Find them on YouTube, Facebook. All the links are into it, and let's go.
Yeah, not bad, you know, it's been good so far. You see the little thing I catch up there? She's booming, that she goes live, trust me. Nah, I don't know what her name is and all from. I'll tell you what, when you see her, ask her name, and then come back and tell me, bro. Yeah, you know. But here what though, I'm gonna shoot off in a minute, you know. I heard MC what's his name and DJ Thingy Bob was up at the club tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna go out there and take a look and see what's going on. Peace, I'm out, you know, go. I'm standing at the door of the club, breath smelling like a pub, getting VIP love, cause the people know my name. There's cocaine running around in my brain, so I chat to everybody, the cocaine's to blame. The chick that I'm with is a dime, she looks flames, but I really don't remember her name, so hey ho. The party's in the VIP, you wanna go? I got a little hydro weed, you wanna roll? She was like, no, I don't smoke Joe, but you got any blow? And I was like, yeah, there you go. Click, next thing she dancing on the bar top. Click, next thing I'm unbuckling the bra top. Again. I'm off my face and have a monkey weekend. One day I'm gonna have some kids and a wife, but until then I'm just trying to live my life. Oh no, here we go again. Off my face and have a monkey weekend. One day I'm gonna have some kids and a wife, but until then I'm just trying to live my life. I'm standing in the corner of the room where the bass bins boom and the drugs are consuming. I'm in my own lane. There's cocaine running around in my brain, so I'm feeling up the chick that I'm with no shame. The DJ's playing, my whole body's swaying. There's people talking to me, but I don't know what they're saying. I take Thingy Bob by the arm, we're not staying, cause the night's still young, baby, love we're saying. So go grab your coat, we'll have some more coke, and have a little dab at this mud and I hope your body's gonna cope when you get the long strokes. I believe sex is good on ease, that's no joke. Again. I'm off my face and have a monkey weekend. One day I'm gonna have some kids and a wife, but until then I'm just trying to live my life. Oh no, here we go again. Off my face and have a monkey weekend. One day I'm gonna have some kids and a wife, but until then I'm just trying to live my life. I'm on my way home from the rain, drinking warm milk as they doing 120 in the middle lane in the rain. My face feel numb and I'm feeling no pain, cause there's cocaine running around in my brain. She's on the back seat asleep, but what's her name? Got one CD on repeat, it keeps playing, and I don't even like this song, but my mind is gone, cause the liquor was strong. I'm off my face, autopilot as I drive to my place. If I see police now it's a chase, I'm fucked up. The dab that I had in the club is coming up, so she better wake up, cause I'm gonna wanna fuck. Oh no, here we go again. I'm off my face and have a monkey weekend. One day I'm gonna have some kids and a wife, but until then I'm just trying to live my life. Oh Now, here we go again. Pour off my face and have a happy weekend. One day I'm gonna have some kids and a wife, but until then I'm just trying to live my life.